What up, guys? I'm Paul. Starting off this new YouTube channel, guys, and it's everything sports related. You know, there's plenty of sports channels out there, but I'm just gonna be doing everything. It's not just gonna be like basketball or football, anything like that, which is probably some of my favorite sports. But it's gonna be wrestling. It's gonna be racing. It's gonna be if it's sports related, I'm gonna throw it in there. Um, you know, Sports are getting so big nowadays, branching off to different things, and I want to talk about everything. So, on this, my very first video on this channel, I'm going to be doing a wrestling video from Monday Night Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw just finished off, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been like up and down between wrestling. You start to watch it, it's going good, then it'll fall, somebody gets hurt, it's all over the place. So I'm watching the show tonight, and the show, anytime for me, anytime you see Brock Lesnar show up on the show, first thing I think of is this show probably ain't gonna be so good. Look, with Lesnar, you never know exactly what's gonna go, right? So it almost seems like it's like a ratings grab because what one thing I do hate about Lesnar, they always tell you the week before, hey, Lesnar's coming. I don't like that. I like that the way WWE used to do it, where you didn't know the person was coming, and then you get that surprise in the middle of the show, and it will just create that whole aura for you, where you're like, oh man, you're in shock. And I wish they would bring that back. They just keep announcing every week when Lesnar's coming, when whoever's coming, to try to bring the ratings in and make sure that people are gonna be there to watch the show. I didn't like that. So as a show like progresses and it goes, we had I think I like how they're building up between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I do like that a lot. I do. But Drew is awful on the mic. He is god awful on the mic. But you can tell he's trying. Wrestling wise, the chemistry between the match is amazing. You get further on between, you got the whole Braun Strowman thing with Finn Balor. It almost seems like some of these guys are just kind of stuck in a certain zone because they're pushing other people. So where they're at right now, they're just stuck. And it's almost seemed like a whole repetitive thing every week. You got this Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, and then they're flip flopping the belts, and I don't know, it's all over the place. And then, later on in the show, I think because to me it just started to like digress, and I just didn't like exactly where it's going. Same thing with Natalia. Is it me or did somehow Beth Phoenix get bigger? Like she came back and she looks bigger than ever. Like she was never small in the first place as a woman, but now her cuts, everything, her gains seem amazing. I don't know what her diet plan is, what her workout plan is, but I need that. Um, and then with that whole segment between Natalia, Nia Jax, everything, it's starting to seem a little played out to me. It's starting to seem a little stretched. They're pushing that new guy. I want to say his name is Ricochet, and it seems like he's getting a huge push. He matches left and right. Tonight, spoiler. In case you guys haven't seen the show, he beat Jinder Mahal. All right, and then like after like watching the match, I'm thinking, oh my god, like where the heck has Jinder been? And it just feels like WWE does this all the time. Sometimes they take a guy who's way up here. We saw Jinder just shoot up the ranks and on SmackDown, and but now he's on Raw, and I'm not seeing him get the same shine. And then they're burying him. Now he's losing to new guys like Ricochet, and Jinder is a reigning champion on SmackDown himself. So I don't like that. I know I like the fact that they give a new guy a push, but then I hate when they bury someone else to give somebody else a push. They've been burying Apollo Crews for weeks. Kurt Angle is on this whole Kurt Angle tour where he's fighting someone every week to before he gets WrestleMania. That's gonna be supposed to be his last match. Kurt Angle came out there. Kurt Angle to me looks awful. He looks like he's just in pain. His body is not like holding up. You could tell the way he takes off, his reaction, his movements. And I could tell when he came back to WWE, I was mad. WWE, I don't know. I was mad because I was like, why won't they fight him? And then now I'm watching some of his fights. I'm like, I can see why they won't fight him. Okay, I can definitely see why they won't fight him. But hopefully, I hope they give him an actual really good push for WrestleMania because he has said earlier tonight, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Um, he wanted to fight Baron Corbin for WrestleMania. Supposedly, we got the match, and that's who's gonna be fighting for WrestleMania. Now, the show was so and so, right? It was up and down, and then the show got really good. Um, they came out there. I'm tired of watching Dana Brooks get excuse my Spanish, but I'm tired of watching Dana Brooks get her ass kicked. Okay, she's out there almost every week, and somebody's beating up on her, and then it's not even the fact that she's losing, but it's also how she's losing. Tonight she lost. Spoiler. Okay, I really gotta find a whole spoiler thing, or I gotta do a before and after. But tonight she lost to Ronda Rousey, right? And when she lost to Rousey, I was just like, okay, whatever. But it's once again how she lost to Rousey. It was so painful to watch. You can see her kind of screaming in the match. Rousey put her in an armbar. It was very like kind of gut wrenching, and it was hard for me to watch, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe they're doing this to Dana. Now I know there's some acting and stuff in there, but just the way you could hear her scream, it kind of caught me. It was like, okay, like, I really feel for her. Then later they pushed it, and that to me was one of the really like high peaks because the way they're pushing Ronda, and she's going out there, she's beating up refs, she's beating up security, she doesn't care about anything. I love that, and I wish WWE would bring that back. Rumor is that supposedly Fox, right? Fox wants them to not do this whole PG thing, this whole thing that they're doing now. They want it to be a little bit more aggressive to how it used to be, and I hope because they got like a new contract with Fox, and that's exactly I guess where they're supposed to branch off after this whole deal is done with USA. So that's the rumor. Fox wants them to be a little bit more edgy, and I hope that's what they're going for, and that's what that they're going to do. So Fox, if you see this, somebody please push that. I need that. I need that old WWE back. Um, and it was okay after that. It was pretty good. Okay, whatever. And then they kind of buried the show. Look, I don't know what the hell happened to Batista. Okay, Batista came up there. He's an actor. He's a pretty good actor. Okay, now he shoots his segment, which is supposed to hype up the match, and it was the driest thing I've ever seen. You ever get like a sandwich that you've been waiting for, but they don't got no mayo on it? Like you knew it was gonna have some mayo, and they didn't have no mayo on it. Or you got a salad, there was no dressing, or you got I don't freaking know, you got toast and no butter. Like it was just dry. Like when you was a kid and you would hop out the shower, but then you would you get out the shower, and then you not put on no damn lotion. So you get to school, you at recess, your skin's all nice, when you look down at your ankles, and it's just ashy. It's just two different colors. That's how dry this thing was. It was god awful. And then he gets up and he walks away, and I'm thinking, you take an actor, and that's the crap that you shot with this. I don't know who's doing the writing, or the acting, or whatever, but freaking fix it. That was god awful. Next, after that, even though after that whole thing fell, now we're back to Drew, we're back to Seth, and they brought the whole show, the whole match, they brought that whole thing right back up. Once again, Drew's not the best guy on the mic, but that match was freaking amazing. Okay, match was great. Right up to the end of the show, and then they went and spoiler, and they ruined it. Okay, they ruined it. The same thing that they do since the beginning of time with WWE. The match is going great. Seth is on a roll, and I knew Seth was gonna get screwed. I knew he was gonna get screwed from the time that the show started, because anytime you see a face gets all this like shine, and he's beating up the heels, and he looks like he can't be touched. Anytime that happens in WWE, somewhere along the lines, he's going to get screwed some way, somehow. So once again, the match is going great, and then Lesnar's music goes off, and the moment it goes off, I was like, well, I guess this is the end of the show. And then Seth looks up, and he's a deer in headlights, and he turns back around, and then there's a boot to his face. And that is the match. So, what would I give tonight's episode? I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5. Alright, not great. I think like it was saved by the Rousey segment. It was saved by the Seth Rollins segment. But and then there was some tweaks here and there where little things you could kind of sprinkle here and there. Other than that, The show was pretty much kind of standard, kind of basic. It feels like it's missing a lot of people. I know there's probably some people away for injury and other things like that, but it was watered down. It was so and so. Hopefully, SmackDown's a little bit better tomorrow, and then Raw's a little bit better next week. As you know, at some point it's gonna go up. They're gonna throw everything they have at it because they have to shoot big promos and things like that before WrestleMania comes. So maybe it'll be a bigger, better show next week. It should. Let's follow up. Let's see. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about tonight's show. If you haven't seen it, I hope I didn't ruin it for you if you saw this video somehow before. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to shoot something else, let's talk about it. Hit me up. Like, subscribe, share. Drop something in the comment section, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you, YouTube.